Hi, I'm Libby, welcome to my channel. Today I'm making a mason jar salad. I got hooked on these earlier in the year and ever since then I've been making a salad every week, a batch, sticking them in the fridge, taking them for lunch, or if I get home from work and I want to go to the gym but need something to eat, they're really good just to take out the fridge, turn into a bowl, eat quickly. It's something to keep you going but not going to make you too full. I absolutely love them. They've been such a success. So if you haven't tried them, I really recommend it. Once you get into it, you get a really good idea of what works, what doesn't work, and what you like. So this is kind of a mix of stuff that I'm going to do today, but use this as inspiration, try it as it is, do what works for you. So I have spiralized courgette or zucchini, depending what you call it, wherever you are in the world. I've got some crumbled feta cheese, tomatoes, red pepper, celery. I'm also going to stick some olives in there, and the dressing, which I'll put at the bottom. I have a Caesar dressing, which maybe isn't the best dressing for this salad, but I like Caesar dressing. I think it'll be okay. I like it, but use what you have and use what you enjoy and it will be great. I've got all of my jars here, so I'm just going to get putting them in. I'll show you the order I do it in and then I'll show you them all finished at the end. I think this is the smaller jar. I think there is a bigger one which you can use, but this size is perfect for me. I do recommend that one. And this is the ones I used to have, which I still use because I have them, but the wide mouth ones, if you don't have any jars, these are the ones I recommend getting. It just makes it much easier to get it in and out. So I always make 6 for the week, and me and my husband do both eat them, but it's a good amount to have. It's not too many, but it does keep us going. And just in case you are interested, I put them in the fridge for the week. The longest I have had one before I eat it was 7 days it was in the fridge for. And when I opened it, I really couldn't believe how fresh it still was. I noticed absolutely zero difference from the first one I had compared to that last one on day 7. So it does work, it does save you time. You chop once for the whole week and it's great. So you need to do this. Okay, so let's get assembling. I've got all of my jars here. I've got the lids off, all ready to go. First of all, you want to put whatever dressing you're using, doesn't matter which one it is, the liquid substance that you're going to have in it needs to be at the bottom in order to keep it the freshest. So sometimes I use a guide just so I don't end up putting too much in. So we'll see how this one goes, just to keep it even. So this is a tablespoon in case you're interested. Which is maybe a bit much. Okay, so that's the dressing all in. So the tablespoon, give or take, ended up being quite a good amount. And then I'm going to put the celery in. So I'm just going to throw in roughly. I never kind of use measurements or anything, I just gauge, which is pretty good if you're just kind of using things up or you want to use all of something that you have. It just kind of makes it a bit easier for you. So the basic idea is always have the dressing at the bottom, like I said, and then on top of that you're going to put anything that, you know, could be pickled or would naturally like live in a liquid. Basically you don't want it to get soggy, so I'm going to keep the more delicate things to the top. Most of the things I'm using today are actually quite wet, so this isn't as key to other ones, but as I said, I think I'm going to start filming a bit of a series, so do keep watching, and as you see them, you'll get that idea of it. So I'm going to go for the peppers next, because you can get peppers marinated in jars. Just an even distribution. Very rough. I'm going to do the tomatoes, which I have quite a lot of. I really like tomatoes and I think it'll be great with the feta. Okay, so that's all of the tomatoes in now. I'm next going to go for the feta. And the good thing about this is if you are looking at recipes for ideas and there's things you don't like, just change it. Just think of something that's a substitute, put in what you like, or if you've got something you need to use, or if there's a good deal you've seen at the shop, just mix it around. Don't ever feel you have to use something because the recipe's saying to. I don't really work from any recipe or video. I'll use that as the inspiration. So take from the things what you like the look of, This is really messy. So in the feta, you know, instead of feta I might use chicken or something, so this is like my meaty bit. And then I'm going to put the olives in now, so I'm just going to quickly chop them and stick them on the top. When I say chop, I just mean roughly. Could equally just keep them whole, which I might do. Okay, so that's all of, well, that's everything in the jar apart from the zucchini, courgette, and I'm just going to dump it in. So basically when you're making them, this is going to make a mess when I do it now because there's camera filming. I don't usually make that much mess. Basically though, you want to fill them right up to the top. I just think it's best to make sure there's like no spare air in there. I think it helps keep it freshest. I just did drop that on the worktop, but my worktops are clean, don't worry. And dump it in. So at the top, this you can use salad. Spinach is my favourite. Most of my salads always have spinach in it. And if you are going to use nuts or seeds, I put them on top of it. But compared to the spinach or lettuce, this is quite wet in comparison. So it's not as important, as I said earlier, about the order of this one, I don't think. Nothing's going to deteriorate one of the other things, but usually you're using the layers to separate. So often I would have like rice or pasta in there, and that acts as a really good barrier between wet and dry ingredients. So I'm sure you'll see one of those, because I think it's a really good idea for me to film these as I do them, and then that way sometimes I forget which ones I like to make, and it's just a reminder to myself, and hopefully somebody out there finds this remotely interesting. Okay, so that is all of my salad jars assembled. I just have to put the lids on. So just push all the ingredients in. Like I say, usually mine are full to the top, so almost overflowing. So I just stick down that, and as I'm twisting it, I'm just pushing it right down. Nice and tight. Do that for all of them. So that's my salad all jarred up and sealed, ready to go into the fridge to enjoy this week. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's given you inspiration to try mason jar salads, or even give this one a go. Pop. I'm definitely going to start making more of these videos, so please subscribe so you can see those. And thank you again for watching. Have a great day. Bye.